After battling in a classic qualifying final a few weeks earlier, the Panthers took on the Rabbitohs in the 2021 Grand Final. Although the Rabbitohs pulled off a huge upset in the qualifying final winning 16-10, the Panthers were able to make amends from their 2020 Grand Final loss and win their first premiership since 2003, 14-12, as this is greatest game of all, and these are 5 interesting facts about the 2021 Grand Final. Number 5, it was the first NRL Grand Final played outside of Sydney. For the first time in the NRL era, the Grand Final was played outside of Sydney, moving north to Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane for the first time in Rugby League history. Excluding the 1997 Super League Grand Final, which was played at QE2, then known as ANZ Stadium in Brisbane, the Grand Final has always been played in Sydney, whether it was the SCG, the SFS, or Stadium Australia. Due to Sydney's ongoing COVID-19 situation, the Grand Final was moved to Suncorp Stadium with a 75% capacity, totaling a crowd of 39,322. Number 4, Blake Taaffe became the least experienced player to play in an NRL Grand Final. Previously held by Moses Mbye in his Bulldogs loss to the Rabbitohs in 2014, Blake Taaffe became the least experienced player to play in an NRL Grand Final, being his 8th match. This is because South Star fullback Latrell Mitchell got suspended for a high tackle in round 24 against the Roosters, meaning Taaffe would replace him at fullback for the remainder of the season. Number 3, Adam Reynolds played with a groin injury. Suffered in the lead up to his team's preliminary final win over Manly, there was much speculation as to if Adam Reynolds would play this grand final due to a groin injury. Reynolds was quoted saying, "I'm fully aware that I might have to play through a bit of pain in this game, and I'm fine with that. Obviously grand finals are very hard to get to, and you do whatever it takes to win the game." He actually gave the goal-kicking duties to Blake Taaffe in the prelim, but he was confident in reclaiming it for this grand final. Unfortunately for Reynolds, he did miss a conversion from the sideline to tie the game late in the match. Number 2, it was the only time opposing players joined the same team the following season. Penrith's Kurt Capewell and South's halfback Adam Reynolds played against each other in this grand final, but they were actually teammates the following season, both signing deals with the Broncos. This is the first and only time this has occurred in the NRL era, with both players having respectable seasons with the Brisbane club. And number 1, it was the longest gap between grand finals. If you've seen our video of the 2014 Interesting Facts video, you will note that Lottie Dakiri held the longest gap between winning grand finals with 14 years, but South's bench utility Benji Marshall held a 16-year gap between playing in a grand final. He played in the 2005 Grand Final where his Tigers beat the Cowboys, which included his incredible flick pass to Pat Richards.
Richards coming up outside, now inside, Richards pursued, he pushes Jensen away.
And played his 346th and final game in this Grand Final with the Rabbitohs, holding the longest gap between playing an NRL Grand Final. So, what did you think of our list? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, chuck us a like on Facebook and this video, follow us on Instagram and subscribe to our channel for more Rugby League Countdowns.